Hello, everybody. Blessings and well-being. The Dhammapada is a very special text for me. The thing I love about it is it's so poetically, virtuously written. It's beautiful to read. It's not hard to digest. It's so palpable and juicy and filled with high vibrational love and wisdom. I'd like to read chapter 5, The Fool, starting with verse 60. Long is the night to the sleepless, long is the mile to the weary, long is worldly existence to fools who do not know the sublime truth. If a seeker of wisdom cannot find a friend who is wiser or just as wise, let that seeker walk contented all alone, for there is no fellowship with fools. Fools worry about holding on to their sons, their daughters, and their wealth. But when fools do not even possess themselves, how can they truly possess their sons, daughters, or wealth? Fools who know they are fools are sometimes wise, but fools who think they are wise are never wise. Though fools may spend their lives alongside a wise man, they no more understand the truth than a spoon tastes the flavor of a soup. Though seekers of wisdom may spend but a moment with a wise person, they quickly sense the truth, just as the tongue tastes the flavor of a soup. Fools of little wit are their own worst enemies, as they move about unwittingly, doing misdeeds, which later result in bitter fruits. Misdeeds are actions that one later repents, the fruits of which one reaps with tears. Good deeds are actions that one later rejoices, the fruits of which one reaps with delight. So long as a harm has not ripened, the fool thinks it is sweet as honey. But when the results of this misdeed unfold, the fool finds it is as sour as a lemon. Month after month, fools may eat their soup with the sacred tip of a blade of grass, but they never amount to 1/16 of those who know the truth. A harm once committed does not immediately bear bad fruit, like milk that does not immediately turn sour, but the misdeed grows inside and slowly rots away in the fool's soul. Fools collect bits of knowledge like trophies, and this pursuit goes to their head and kills the latent goodness in their heart. A fool yearns to be admired and favored among monks and monasteries, and honored among the popular crowd. Let both laymen and monks revel in how much I did. Upon every work, great and small, let them follow me. Such is the ambition of the fool, and thus the fool's craving and pride increases. The quest for worldly gain is quite different than the path to nirvana. Clearly understanding this, the monk, the disciple of the Buddha, is not carried away by worldly praise or gain, but simply accepts them as one would notice the turning of the sun around the earth. So, just goosebumps. It's so beautifully written. The way that it's put together, it's not dry. It's so wet. For me, especially the last one, I cut out a lot of the junk input watch, I want to call it. Like just the mindless stuff that you throw on the television just to hear noise, and you really just sit there and let it happen over and over again. And it's like a lot of it's unimportant violence or they solve a problem with violence, and that's supposed to be like this great thing. Oh, the going gets tough, and then they solve it with violence. I mean, I'm a big superhero guy for standing up for goodness and fighting evil. I'm huge into that. But ultimately, love is what overcomes hate. So, really, a true hero would be loving and kind, and probably wouldn't have to resort to violence. At least in my life, when I look back, all the violence that has taken place, the fights that I was in, started from my own arrogance. Most of them. So when I let go of those movies, I had to say, you know what? I can put this senseless stuff into my brain, and if I do, that's okay. But tomorrow morning when I wake up, what am I going to remember? What am I making a part of me? So we have freedom of choice as to what to put in these senses, and what we put in these senses greatly affects our brain and our soul. So when you have that choice of what to put in, at least you're putting in the spiritual texts into the soul. That's very important. At least you're doing some of that. You're putting a little bit in every day, even if you can only take 5 or 10 minutes. But it does feed the soul. And the soul does branch off into what you do. So what you choose to put into your mind, if you have a choice. Some of us don't even have a choice. But if you do have a choice, then choosing to put the spiritual text in is very important. So then the other thing is that it's very easy to get caught up with worldly gain and worldly woes. So from one end, it's, I'm not going to have money. But from the other end, I want money, I want money. So slowly letting go of your worldly desires and pleasures, it takes effort. And if you have a good meditation practice, a good sitting practice, a good fasting practice, these practices go a long way for your spiritual evolution. I hope this helps, guys. Long life, good health, and happiness. Namaste.